All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. It is Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time to get another round of Valheim in. So we're starting a new stream series, and the theme for this one is going to be a modded no-map run. I've done no-map runs in the past. I really like doing them. I like the challenge of it. But I wanted to put some quality of life mods into the mix, so I just wanted to go through the mod list real quick in case you see a mod you like in the stream and you want to use it on your own playthroughs. So I'm using a couple by a guy named Azumatt, A-Z-U-M-A-T-T. He's made CraftyBoxes, Extended Player Inventory, and DeezMistyBalls. So what they are is CraftyBoxes just lets you pull resources from nearby chests, nearby boxes. That's it. Real simple. I've set the range to 100 yards, so any box anywhere in the base is going to be accessible. The next one is the Extended Player Inventory. I've talked about this in the past streams. Basically, it takes your inventory panel, which you never have enough spaces, right? So it adds a little side panel where all of your gear slots are added, as well as any hotkey slots, and I think your belt and Wisp Light can go in there. It's nice. It kind of frees up your regular inventory, and you can add extra rows to the regular inventory. So I added one extra row, so there's no more. It's not a matter of too much weight. That still applies. But when you start picking up one of everything in the world, you eventually fill up your inventory. So it's a nice way to kind of deal with that. The other one, DeezMistyBalls, it just lets you manipulate the Wisp Light and increase the size to... We're going to slowly increase the range. I don't know that we'll even get to the Mistlands in this stream. I haven't really decided how far I want to go. But anyways, those are his mods that we're using. I think they're really good. Two that we're using that are quality of life. One's by a guy named Frogger. Used to be a great game back in the 80s and 90s. InfiniteTorches. And what that does is any fire source, any cooking or lighting source that uses like resin or coal, it never goes out. As soon as it runs out of whatever resource it needs, it just keeps burning. So when you make really, really large bases, you don't want to upkeep all that stuff. It just kind of takes care of it. The other one is WaterproofBuildings by a guy named Valdream, V-A-L-D-R-E-A-M. And that basically just takes water damage out of the game entirely. So when you build in the rain, you're not going around having to repair your entire base. You've probably seen, I like using wood for hand railings and stuff, and it always gets like 50% damaged. It doesn't look very good. This keeps everything 100% crisp clean. Now, if a troll rolls up and starts wailing on it, that's a different story, but water won't do any damage. So, and the final one, which I actually got today, which is incredible. I thought the timing kind of guided my decisions on the stream choice, is by a guy named NightKosh, found it on Reddit. You can check my comments. You'll see I kind of back and forth with him a little bit. Him or her, sorry. The name is BlindCartographer. And what this does, this is specifically for no-map runs. This is what made me decide to do another no-map stream. And what it does is it enables the cartography table. So when you no-map a run, you lose the mini-map in the upper right corner. When you press M, nothing happens. There is no map to look at. And it removes the cartography table from the crafting the build system. Well, this puts it back in there. And when you're at the cartography table, you can look at the map, and that's it. I'm not even sure it shows you where you are on the map. It might. We'll have to see. You can put pins in, all kinds of stuff. So basically, we're no mapping it until we get a cartography table, which takes some bronze. So it might not be today that we even craft it. But then when we're back at base, we can kind of see a map of the world that we've explored. It won't go with us when we go out looking for stuff. But I think it's a nice compromise between a pure no-map run and a modded no-map run. So I've done pure no-map runs on stream before. They're fun. I encourage you to try it out. But if you're into mods, and I'm starting to try out the world of mods in Valheim, I think this is a good first step. So we'll give it a shot. Let's jump into the game, shall we? All right. So we're starting a whole new... This is my current playthrough, Gary Gygax. We need to start a whole new run to get our traditional Stumps look going. Got this pretty well memorized. I really should have thought of a name before getting on today. Normally I use the names of famous actors. I've been doing comedians lately. I don't know if anybody has a preferred comedian. Let's see if George Carlin is taken. I already used that. Okay. Another comedian. Try Bill Burr. There we go. Bill Burr is in the scene. All right. Let's get started. We'll start a whole new server every time. We'll call this Bill Burr so we don't get lost. Random seed. I'm not going to look at it on the map. We'll just use it in-game only. Say done. Now let's set some modifiers. I always lower my death penalty. I'm not a big fan of huge penalties for dying, but some penalty. Resource rates. I've been doing triple rates, but I'm going to put it at 1.5. I've been playing with a multiplayer server, on a multiplayer server, with a guy named Finks, P-H-I-N-Q-S. He's got his own YouTube channel. I linked to his from mine. Feel free to check it out. And they've been doing 1.5 rates. I really like it. I think triple rates is a little too generous. For a stream, it's not bad where you want things to move quickly, but I can farm between streams as well, so we'll see. Raid rate normal, combat portals all normal. Turn on the no map. And for better or for worse, let's see what happens. Now, it does take a while to generate the world. So while we're waiting, I thought I'd talk about the first thing we're going to do. That is a really good strategy for a no map run. And that is use the flight into the game as an opportunity to scout out your location. In other words, it's the last aerial view you're going to get for the entire game. So when it starts up, we're going to use the lightning strikes to kind of look at the ground below us and try to determine, is it open meadows? Is it trees? Is it water? Are there rivers? A mountain? Anything we can determine about the typography around us, we're going to take advantage of it and see what we can do. Moment of quiet reverence for the scroll. All right, let's see where we end up. So here's where you tilt the camera down. You can see some treetops. We know we're over trees. Don't forget to try to rotate side to side to see if maybe you find ocean or a coastline somewhere. Looks like ocean water to the left. It's hard to tell. Sometimes waves look exactly like treetops. This looks like a river. Lightning strike. So we got a river here. That's nice. Rivers lead to larger bodies of water. Scan. Not much that way. A river back that way behind us. All right. Did we just get hung up in the trees? What's going on? All right, we're in, people. Okay, so for a moment, let's see, here's the panel. So you can see the extended panel. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this right now. Like, it's the beginning of the game. I really want to get a strong start going. So we'll kind of look at those features as we go. Oh, the river's right here. This is very nice. It's a deer. Oh, this is wonderful. Very scenic. And the river only goes one way, so I wonder if it'll lead all the way to water. Sometimes it's just a low section. Let's find our food. I heard one streamer refer to this as the pity berries and pity mushrooms. Something to get you started. I very much remember discovering on my very first playthrough. So you'll notice we have an extra row down here as well. And as we craft stuff, it will automatically go into here. When you pick up your body, I found it also instantly equips your gear for you, whereas the regular game, none of it. So one good thing to kind of figure out early is what direction is the first boss. So let's click this, and if I do nothing, the game is turning me right now. So this is the direction towards the closest altar to summon this boss. Okay, if we went somewhere else, it might point us in a different direction to a different altar, but that's the closest one to this Vegvasir. And another thing to remember is the tall stone, the Elder Stone, that's north. So when you're looking at this compass on the ground, you want to know which way is north. That's north. And the branch in the sky goes from east to west. So if you look at this, north is here, west is that way, east is this way. There's a lot of cloud cover right now, so you can't see much of the branch, but it just kind of gets you oriented to the world, get a sense of where you are in it. We kind of flew in from this direction, so one good rule of thumb is downhill takes us to water, and sure enough, look at that, that's outstanding. So we're all set right on the coast. So this is super convenient. We can spend the time looking around instead of building. So when I normally do a no map run, I have no idea where I am. Like if you land in the center of the island and there's no clear waterways, I like to just build a base right at the start. You know you're going to keep coming back there. And then you do roads that go north, south, east, west until you hit different coastlines. From here, we can just use the coast. A big part of no map runs is just following a line. And coastlines are a line. They're not a straight line, but they'll work. So we're going to go ahead and start gathering some resources just to have them with us. Normally I just burn up this torch and get some wood, and then we can make a hammer and a mace. Get going with some stone, some flint. That'll unlock a whole bunch of stuff. Get that going. We're just going to chop down these saplings, so to speak, with just our torch. Notice he's not going to come near us. He's afraid of fire. So as long as our torch keeps burning, we're safe. We don't even have a weapon to fight back. Just our bare fists. And I know Stumps doesn't like to get his hands dirty. Not with the violence, you know? Not necessary. So we'll knock down just enough until the torch is almost burnt out, but it's almost out of health. And we'll start crafting some stuff. Some things we need. Put them in our traditional slots. That's all muscle memory now. Like that. Okay, so now that we can start crafting stuff, can I make a flint? No. We need a crafting station at some point. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Man, I really want to try and get those deer. No. But we got to sneak. We got to be a sneaky sneak. Well, this might work for us. This might work. We're going to pause, get our stamina back up. We got a 1 in 3 chance here. Stamina, come on. Oh, and a boar too. This is outstanding. We're going to get a whole bunch of stuff early in the game. Oh, man. He's in the water. Oh, I thought you had him, Stumps. Half down. All right. Oh, is he going to come back? No. Sometimes you get lucky and they run right back at you. Just kind of panic. Boars don't panic. They just fight back. Okay, again, with a no map run, you got to stay near a line that you can follow out and back. So the coastline, we're not leaving it for now. I'm hoping we can find a nice place to settle. If not, we can always go back to the starting area. And I think at this point, we can make a campfire. So let's get rid of... We no longer have the wet debuff. We don't have the rested buff. We definitely want to benefit from all those effects. Take a moment, hit the rested buff. Keep an eye out for those little graylings when you do this. Every now and then they come up near you and you stop resting because you're in combat, but they're afraid of fire, so they never come near you, but you're still considered in combat, so you don't get your rest at all. It really stinks. Looking at the layout here, sometimes these lakes, you know, you think this is all ocean and leads somewhere, but sometimes it's just a big lake and you're kind of sealed inland. Takes a while to figure it out, but we'll have a cartography table to help us. sooner or later. Man, I don't want to go chasing deer all over the place. We need to explore. Tomorrow is fog. The weather in Valheim is predictable. So knowing that kind of stuff really helps. We can't even get close to birds right now, so no feathers. You can hear them laughing at us. I like that island. That'd be a fun place to build right there. Kind of an interesting shape. Maybe we'll take it on. But I want to explore around this way. I'm hoping... Yeah, this is an even better spot because it gives us access to both water. I see a beehive in that building. A nice start to our run. Get some honey going early. Let's try to use this. There we go. Oh, no, we don't. We can just deconstruct. That's what we'll use our Valheim brains. Oops. Now we're gonna safely dismantle the building. And get some a beehive without getting hurt. There we go. Stay out of the cloud. I find the cloud kind of lasts a little longer than the visual they give you. You can still get stung if you're too quick. Not my normal dismantling technique. Going a little slower than I would like. I suppose we'll do the floor too. I'm starting to abandon the idea that the best... how was I going to do it? Let's do it like this. What I like to do is put my food down here and then arrows and other things up here because it fills from left to right. And that way, this stuff's always there, easy to find. Looks like our hammer's half broken. We'll have to fix that soon. Oh, and here's the Black Forest. It looks like a lot of it. That's really good. So... even more of these. Maybe we'll go explore over there. So this would be a great place to set up because we are really close to the Black Forest. Make transporting things back and forth real easy. And it looks like, looking at the landscape, not the creatures. It looks like you could sail through here. It would be really tight over there, but it's possible, I suppose. I do want to explore this way just a little bit. We're not going to go very far because we want to stay near the Black Forest. That would be wise of us. And we got to keep an eye on the time as well. Oh, the buff running out is no big deal. But when day 2 comes, we need to be settled somewhere, doing something productive. It is really hard to explore in the fog. We may end up back at the spawn, just make a simple base there. That might be the smart move right now. We'll see, do a little more exploring first. That guy. Just looking for a beehive. Let's go just a tiny bit further and circle back. I don't want to get too far on the first day and get lost. I can always just die, end up back at the spawn, I suppose. And I've seen people use that strategy. You're done? Really hoping that deer would run right at us. We were ready, right, Stumps? We were ready. Oh, here we go. Black Forest on both sides. That's not bad. Mountains off in the distance. You love to see it. Looks like there might be a farm over there. Let's go check it out. Anything in here? Let's see. What a chest. No? Sorry, Stumps. I was rooting for you. And a maypole. That's impressive. We can build maypoles right now. 'Tis the season. See if there's a 1 or 2 star here. That's usually... Oh, nice. You love to see it. You love to see it. So here's what we're going to do. This is my latest strategy with boar. Got all of our edibles in us. I'm going to run them into that, that building. I'm going to try to take 2 of them just so we have 2 on hand. Just go with these. Come on, let's go. Get your buddy. Let's go. We're all off on a run. Stamina back a little. Now, when they do that bite, they go into like a random mode. See how they just kind of wander? And then they come back to chase. Whoop. Keep him going. This guy can really bite, so I'm going to keep him moving. Okay, so they're both in that like chase mode. If you can keep them from trying to bite you, let's see if we can get them both in here. They both want to come in here. Go, buddy. 1 in. Go. Get in. There we go. And we can jump out right here. And that's it. So now they're stuck in there. They can't get into any trouble. They'll calm down soon. And we're just going to leave them in that building for later. There was 1 more boar over here. We're going to take him out, though. Teach him a lesson. Find him. He was like right up there. Oh, there he is. Yep. You look like a rock, buddy. Well, that's neat. I would like to use that. I just don't like being this close to the Black Forest. It makes me so uncomfortable. We're gonna a little too far out for now. And we can build our own. They're not that special right now. Although, when I see one, I do a double take. Opportunity presenting itself. So let's make sure we can find our way back to the spawn before nightfall. Speaking of which, let's get Rusted Buff back on. Just in time. Rehydrate while we rest. Last stream we did Into the Mistlands. We did our first solo kill of the queen. Only died once. Only died once, but at least now we know the fight. Looking forward to our next confrontation. As far as how far we're going to go with this stream, I'm not ready to go into the Ashlands. I want to do that as a separate stream altogether. But I think maybe we'll go into the Mistlands. I think that would be a fun experience. At first I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do a Mistlands stream. It's such a hassle. But then I realized it's almost like no map with all the mist anyways. You're going to map it all with wisp lights, etc. So maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll give it a shot. All right, so here's where we connected. We're going around. This is the building we deconstructed. Found our bees. Nice start to the... We can get them. Get in there. So wait a second. Get our stamina up. Need some grass. Final meal. There we go. Nice job, Stumps. You did it. Nice. A deer trophy. We're halfway to summoning Eikthyr. Maybe we'll do that before the end of the stream. That'd be great. Have a Forsaken Power in our back pocket, ready to go. One of the best. Yeah, so you could sail through here, I suppose. Position between 2 black forests, not bad. Near another mountain range right over there. Maybe this is the spot. No need to go any further. Select food. We didn't even drop anything. How are we doing on weight? We're getting pretty full. think we'll try to find the spawn. I'm not even sure where it is. It's a little further down. Oh, I should have made a mental note of a structure nearby. No, it's nice to see. We're okay. We're okay. Let's take out a couple of these boar. And that dude. Sun's getting pretty low. We need to build a place to sleep. So Stumps and I do have blueprints, plans, layout for what we call a micro base, a real simple starting base we like to use. I'll show you that build in just a second. Let's get this boar done with it. For tonight, we're just going to make a simple shelter. I don't have hoe and tools and stuff made, and I kind of like to get a good night's sleep. We try to find a spot near this, but there's a restriction on building. Mystical force. So we can either build over here, but it's not very flat anywhere. Kind of a pain. Maybe over here wouldn't be too bad, but I'm thinking maybe on this side, right over this area. This seems reasonable. Will it let me? Right under this tree, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to zoom in a bit. And we're going to build the wall like this. The way I like to start it, you need this embedded in the wall just a bit. So we're going to put it flush with the back, half embedded, and then the next piece, next piece, and a roof. Again, our hammer is half damaged. We're trying to get it fixed. And that usually keeps it nested in the corner. Worst case scenario, just destroy it and push it back in the corner more if you get the too exposed message. But that's a simple way to make a shelter. There's even simpler ways, but this is going to be part of our actual where we're going to stay tonight. So we're going to add another wall here, 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 roof it all in, get right up under this tree. It's gonna be real nice and cozy. We'll put a little fire here, and here I'm gonna zoom in. I want it to be right on the edge of this, so right about here. Let's rotate. You need it out far enough that it can breathe, but in far enough that the rain doesn't put it out. And then we need to set up our bed, and then we're gonna trim this thing off depending on how much wood we have. So that's our bed. We might have to move that. We'll see. The trim, I like the use of these half wood walls. I think they look amazing in a build like this. Right there. Put some up here. I mean, this up, you can hear the nighttime music. There, and then I'm going to use these on the top. Makes a really cool looking for your space. It is a little bit of a lip here, so I've taken to making stairs, and we use like a top snap point and put it right up against this as best we can. It's dark, so it's hard to tell. There we go, and now we can climb right in, set it, go to bed. Maybe night, Stumps. All right, good morning, Stumps. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right, we need to get going. Day 2. Take a look around. It's actually a pretty nice spot right next to our tree. Wonderful. Maybe we'll chop it down first thing. Who knows? We need space to expand. So this worked pretty good for not having any leveling or anything. I'm not sure I want to stay here. We'll kind of explore a little bit more in the opposite direction when the fog breaks. But let's get some crafting done. Actually, how much wood do we have? 29? I am going to take our torch. Let's finish this thing off. Just knocking down trees. Place some of the wood we lost. Oh, it's gone already. All right. Let's see what we can craft. So a flint axe, definitely. Put that in slot 7. A crude bow, our favorite. Good to be back to work. Arrows to see things through. What else? A hoe, definitely a hoe. Everyone needs a hoe. And I think we're good here. Let's see, do we have what we need to upgrade to a crafting station? Whoop. What do we need here? Just walking through camp, nothing. We're just strolling along. Happy as a lark. Alright, let's find this out. What do we need? 10 and 10. Flint and wood, that's pretty straightforward. I think we're going to take this tree out right away. Actually, let's take this one out. Normally I do the saplings, but I think this will improve the view a bit. I always get real nervous on no map runs. I'm not going to find my way back. So I think I do a little bit of overkill to make it obvious where things are at. And the fog rolls in as predicted. This is a solid weatherman. Also a good swimmer too, which is going to come in handy in just a second. We got 1 minute on our honey. I want to make the most of it. Once we got some bees, we're going to get some beehives set up. Got a lot to do. Got our work cut out for us too. So try to find a rock that'll help you. That's good. Sorry, Stumps. I say find a rock that'll help you balance this thing. I guess I'm on my own. Oh, Stumps. Ooh, nice. Leveling up the axes. Okay, let's get back to it. Beehives. I think we've got enough wood. How much have we got? 35. Good enough for now. Let's just slap them back here. You can put them close to one another. It's just not, you can't put them near buildings. They're usually fine. I don't know about trees and other natural structures, but that'll keep the honey flow going. We need to make some cooking stations. We can roast up the meat we've gathered. Let's get one real tight in here. Right about. And I find it to use strafe rather than move your mouse. It works a lot better. I got choked out by the smoke. Just quickly. There we go. Perfect. What we have here. So we do need to discard some of this. Let's do... Does that sound right? That way we'll get all of the deer on there. It prioritizes boar meat, then deer meat, then other meat. So if you're not putting it in like a number slot and specifically inserting one type of food, that's gonna happen. You end up just cooking all boar. Still have 3 uncooked deer meat. That's not helping me. And the reason I threw it on the ground was right now when we were clearing the spigots, if we had more meat in here, it would have put it on the spigots real easy. So now I kind of avoid all of that. Very convenient. All right, so we need a little more wood. Let's get to it. We've got an axe. We've got an axe. I really just want enough for a chest, and then we'll get going. Repair everything. Maybe get some more arrows. A couple of these here. Armor upgrades. Get this one. Oh, that's what we got last time. He's like half recovered. Sorry, buddy. Quick and painless. Where are you? Here you go. Hopefully he'll come back. Pay us a visit. Alright, so yeah. Let's get our chest set up. I was wondering where I should put it. Normally I put it over here. Let's just go ahead and do that now. And I'm not trying to stay here long term. It's a very simple solution. do we want to put in here? We have bones already. That's great. We don't need those. We don't need that. So now that we have everything in a chest, here's where CraftyBoxes pays off. Notice how it tells us we can build 3 more chests if we've got 30 wood, but there's none in our inventory. So what it's doing is it's looking at this 30 wood right here, and we can use it to build a second chest. Now we're down to 20 wood. Hey Val, thanks for a follow. Appreciate you stopping by. We're just doing a no map run and trying out some mods. We added CraftyBoxes and extended player inventory. So that's what we're working with right now. I'm gonna put this stuff away. We've got all our cooked foods. Let's go ahead and eat. Prepare everything. And let's see, any more tools? I think we need a shield. That would be nice. Yeah, we can afford a shield. Let's do that. Forgot to use a style. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. A plain shield for now. Sorry, Stumps. We'll get a nicer one. We'll upgrade to like a serpent shield or something. Let's get our rested buff topped off. Head out. And we mate deer rug. That'll bump up our rested buff. Let's see what that does. It's kind of odd. Guess that's what you get if you don't flatten the ground. But I'm not planning on staying here too long. "20 seconds seems like forever in video game time." I just want to... Oh, we lost it. What happened? Is there a dude? That's what it is. There's got to be... Somebody's angry. Of course. He's running away. Is that enough? Is that enough slaughter for the day? These. I'm just trying to take that 2 minutes 50 seconds rested buff, get it topped off. So if we got a comfort of 5, the first one is 8 minutes, and every one after that is another minute. So this should be 12. Should be our rested in about 10 seconds. Seems way longer than you would think. There we go. So now as we go exploring, we should be good. Fog is still hitting us. Let's knock down another tree. I say we get rid of this one. A little too close for comfort. And allow us to expand our base if we do get stuck here for a while. I don't think we will, but it's foggy. We're gonna have a lot more to do. This will give us great resources for building later. See if it falls in our... Nope. Oh, missed the beehives and everything. Odin smiles upon us. Clean this up. Hopefully we'll find some more queen bees. We can make a couple more hives. Really get the honey production going. Yeah, if you have any questions about the mods you see in this stream, feel free to ask in chat or in the comments below on my YouTube channel if you're watching the VODs later. Hope you enjoy the series. Alright, so that bumps up our count. Anything else we can make? Doesn't look like it. Let's see if we can level up. Oh yeah, Val. So that's the BlindCartographer. That's the one you're talking about. We need to build the cartography table to actually see it. But right now it's just a no map run. You can see there's no mini map in the upper right corner. And when we get to bronze, that's the the highest level stuff we need. We're gonna make the table and start using that and see how that affects gameplay, basically. I like the idea. I like the idea a lot. Okay, what were we doing? We need to build, hold on, right here. One of these, we need some flint. Let's get to it. We got the wood. There's got to be some flint around here. These guys are going to be guarding their flint with their lives. Let's just follow the water. Flint likes water. We know this. I'm not talking about Flint, Michigan. Stop making internet jokes on your own during the stream. Here's some flint. Ah, here we go. That's what we've been looking for. Is that enough? Yep. Let's head back. This will let us upgrade a couple things. And hopefully the fog will break any minute and we can head out. Explore the other direction. We went, let's see, what direction are we exploring? So we went south. South is this direction. We just upgraded our table. Let's see about, not enough deer. Okay. Probably because we made that rug. Let's upgrade this stuff, though. That's easy. That's easy. Get it going. Wood shield. Do we need to upgrade it? I think we do. I say we do. A little extra defense never hurt anybody. Let's see if that deer came back. Get our bow out. Do what we do best, right, Stumps? There he is. How you do that? You know what's for dinner, boys. There we go. Neck didn't stand a chance. If we could find some more, we'd have some decent armor. So that's what we'll be doing in the fog, is hunting deer. We're using crafty boxes. That's one of the other mods we're using. And it lets me craft using stuff that directly in the chest. So see that there's nothing in my inventory. We can still craft stuff. A really nice quality of life mod. Let's make some trousers. I don't think you're even wearing pants right now, Stumps. Let's get cover your shame. Notice it went right into the leg slot. This is the extended player inventory. It has some hotkeys for your favorite meads. We'll get some healing meads going, and if we get the belt, we've got a slot for that too, which would be really nice. Okay, I have waited patiently for this fog to break. My patience has run out. Oh, speak and it shall be. Praise Odin. Odin smiles upon us once again. Okay, I really liked what I saw in the other direction, so we don't need to go too far this way, but I would be remiss not to spend a little time exploring. Plus it gives us a chance to hunt for deer, which is always fun. Scout out across the waters. This is rafting distance, if we really wanted to. But it's good to see a mountain. We can train some, get some wolves, bring them back to our base real easy. Don't have to put them on a boat. Might have to run them quite a distance, but I think wolves are worth it. A pack of good boys to help you out. We can get this thing. Oh, not enough time. Not enough time. If you're early in the game and arrows are precious, when you have it fully extended like this, you can right click and it'll unnotch the bow. Right? Another bird. This one's just asking for it. Shooting blind. Nice job, Stumps. Nice job. Alright, let's keep going. This is going to be for fire arrows later. We still need lots and lots of leather, so we're going to kill any boar we see, any deer we see. But we don't waste arrows on boar. And I'm a big fan of the mushrooms. We use those a lot. Chef Boyardee over here, making mushroom soups. Okay, so we've got one river. I do not like swimming across this kind of stuff. We'll go a little bit further, and I think that's far enough. We'll just kind of right off this direction altogether. Probably should have built up our stamina. Sorry about that, Stumps. We'll push this fish right up on the rock. Push it up on the rock. Oh, so close. This fish is huge, too. That would have been super lucky. We're just lucky we didn't drown. I'll take that as a win. Didn't think to bring any wood with us. So we can't deconstruct, but we can still loot this chest. Let's do that. So we got some good arrows. We'll use up the crappy ones first. If we run into a troll, we'll switch to the good ones. Just take a quick peek in here. Anything good? I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Oh, nice. That was a good call, Stumps. I wasn't even gonna swing over here. I'm gonna do this from a distance. 3 arrows? Are you kidding me? There we go. Ooh, 30 left. Make them count. Make them count. Anything back here? I don't think so. Let's check up here real quick. Back to the water. I am not seeing anything of great significance out here. Head back. Stick to the coastline so we can find our way home until we get a better means of travel. Portals really do open up a no map run. I've never done a no map, no portals run. I'm not sure I've got the courage. I feel like I don't have the time, but I know I do. I wonder if it would make for a fun stream. I think if you had multiplayer, people did a little bit of road building between streams, it could go well. Kind of neat. Oh, we found Eikthyrs summoning, so that's easy. That's great. Know where that is. One summoning altar located. Actually, let's put it on the map. We can't see it right now, but when we get the cartography table, we'll be able to see it, and it'll really help with orientation, I think. This seems to be going quite well. I wonder if that's a farm over there. So that puts it on the map. It points us right at it. It's like you're standing here, buddy. Okay, I get it. And it's getting late, so we're going to head back, but I want to see what's just over this hill. Could have sworn I saw like a bunch of buildings. We'll go through this gap, see what we see, and head back. There it is, right here. And a deer. We won't let that slide. Oh! See if you get it, Stumps. Oh, so close. I think you hit a tree. Oh, right over its head. One more shot, maybe? Nope. Excuse me. This is a pretty nice little farm here. And there's a black forest right there. Okay, right next to us. This is our new home. This is outstanding. Any 1-star boars? Nope, of course not. We gotta go back and have that one chase us forever. I see a deer over here. Oh, not above, facing down. Nice shot, Stumps. Arrow to the knee. Arrow to the knee. Alright, what do we do here? How do we just make a bed and a fire and call it? Or do we run back? It is so late. I say we run back. I want to make sure I can still find my way. So is this is not the water. We should go back the way we came, so I don't get lost. Can I make a torch? Let's do that. There we go. That helps a lot. I don't normally use the torches. Usually get home, get some sleep, take better care of Stumps, you know? Okay, I think we came through an opening here, or should have. There should be the altar over here somewhere. Maybe over this hill? I really hope it's over this hill. There we go. Thank God. So I think the water is over here. I hear a deer, but at this point I want to get back before it gets super dark. Super duper dark. Yeah, this is where we came up at that sort of formation. There's something we didn't loot. Okay, we're definitely back where we need to be. I guess we just loop around a little bit. Now, being out at night in the meadows isn't that big a deal. Black Forest, other places, it's a real issue. Not encourage it. Feathers early in the game, very helpful. Very, very helpful. Get that torch back out, makes me feel better. You know what else would make me feel better? Oh, we don't have what we need, okay. I think we have to swim across. I have to put the torch away, swim in the dark. There's no piranha in this water. It's a joke, Stumps, relax. I'm gonna let him get his full stamina though. Learn from last time. We try to avoid the wet effect. There's a lot of penalties to it. Sometimes just can't be helped. Just can't be helped. How much deer skin do we have? Let's see if we can get one more. Another piece of armor. In the dark. Dripping wet. Nice shot, Stumps. Ooh, we'll get it all. Nice. You were already wet. I won't tell anyone. Think we can get this bird? I need some stamina to do it. I wonder if they just don't fly at night. I know in bad weather they'll just sit there. Anytime there's a light storm, great time to go hunting birds. If you're as big an archer as Stumps and I, feathers are a must. Ooh, I'm so sorry to keep you out, Stumps. But you know what? I see another deer killing opportunity. And you get the 2 for 1. Let's get the stamina up. We don't want to fall short. Man, just get the right angle. 1, then 2. You ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. Oh, he ran too fast. Nope. No luck. No luck. Did good on the 1, though. I'm impressed. I don't see him coming back to pay you a visit anytime soon. That's a shame. Oh, I see our house. I see our house. This is nice. This is actually super close. It's a shame we didn't go that way. Oops. Ran out of stamina. Shame we didn't go that way from the start. I think if we just pull out our torch, most things are afraid of it. Okay. That makes it so much easier. Let's get some rest and then go kill everything. I wonder if they'll come over and ruin my rest. They're trying. I wonder if the bees will sting them. I think the beehives are strong enough to kill Grayling. Shoot. Oh. Waste of arrows, if you ask me. You're done. You are done. Any neck want to step? Nope. Over here. Got an attitude. Jeez, Pete. Alright, let's get some sleep, Stumps. Nighty night. Oh, good morning, Stumps. Let's get up and get going. So I think today we moved to the farm. No reason for us to stay here. What do we got? What do we got? Let's take a bunch of the good stuff with us. Gonna need some wood, bones. We really don't need resin because we're using the Eternal Torches mod, which keeps everything burning, so it isn't really necessary. We're not gonna take any of this stuff. We can get rocks anywhere. We'll take some food with us. We'll take some food with us. Maybe we'll cook some up. Let's do that instead. And then we'll hunt for some more out there. Oh, we had it. Here we go. So I forgot to turn off the crafty boxes, but I'll show this. First, it uses whatever's in your inventory. So I had 5 boar meat, 5 deer meat. At least I think I did. And then it starts pulling from boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my right shift button. And you see how it says pull from containers no? And you see the icon it added at the top, prevent pulling. Now when I loot this, it's not going to pull any of the meat from out of this chest. I don't want to put more on it. I don't want to cook more stuff. So it stops that from happening. And then I can press shift again, and I can start pulling from containers again in case I want to craft. Just a nice feature. I think it's a pretty cool mod. And I think that's it. I think we can leave the rest here. I'm going to leave the beehives here, but let's take any honey. Really isn't too far away. Here, deer. Where are you? Across the river? That's a couple there. Anyone else see it? I don't see it. What about you, Stumps? Maybe this away? There it is. Right back there. There it is. Nice job. I can barely see it. Think you can hit it through all those trees? Nice. Nice shot. Thread the needle. Ooh. Love to see it. Let's see if we can upgrade our armor. Probably make some deer skin something. We can. All right, so a tunic. We don't have a helmet. Let's make a helmet first. Oh, we can make both. Nice. Let's make a tunic. Anything else we want to make or upgrade? We can afford that. Upgrade the bow. Upgrade the axe. That. And then our leather. Oh, we already have one. Leather helmet, and then I think just the leather tunic. So it doesn't replace the rag tunic automatically. You actually have to do that part by hand. Not a big deal. Something worth noting. Get rid of that. This looks good. I don't really care about mushrooms right now. But we did get a beehive, and we missed one. I wonder where that went. Shame. I don't care about that. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. You're looking pretty good, Stumps. It's a nice set of armor you got already. Have to start upgrading it soon. Get some bones. There we go. Let him have it. Let him have it. Nice shot, Stumps. Center midsection. Nice job. We don't have a lot of arrows, so until we get to the farm and nice swinging, Stumps. Get to the farm and get it all going. Get him. We're gonna hunt our whole way there. Kill everything we see. That was a bird. I thought I saw a bird just nosedive into the ground. Another one. Can you get him? Oh, no. Nice. Tough angle. Tough angle. There's our carrying capacity. Oh, we can load up on anything we want. Here's where we might need to build a bridge. I would not be opposed to building a bridge this episode. For this stream, but right about here, over to that rock. Wise decision. Can we get some more food in our bellies? Get our stamina up. Let's give it a shot. Hold your breath, Stumps. Fish, it's just taunting us. The rock is easy to get up and down on. Sometimes they're really hard to get out of the water. I see you. Cute. How's our wood situation? I'm gonna skip it. We'll leave that as a landmark. Keep it simple. So this time I'm gonna try to find the farm by following just the water. We're not gonna go up the hill or anything like that. So there's the hill. We're not going that way. Let's go this way. We need to grab a bunch more flint on the way. I think you end up needing something like 30 some odd flint for basic workbench upgrades. We're gonna fill up. I don't think we had any rocks, at least a couple. Probably gonna need to make a campfire. Okay, this all looks good. Tell me there's a 1 star, 2 star something. Come on, look it up. Oh, see any more? One more. Okay, well, we're here to kill stuff. Sorry, boys. Not your day. Not your day. Got an angry Viking. Showing me a farm, for Pete's sake. Was that it right there? Is that the farm? I don't think it is. Keep going. Where we end up, we'll stop before we get to the Black Forest. I hope. Too far, so it's not here. Is this where the beehive was? I think so. I don't think we've been there. Can't see farm from here. Let's try this. Let's follow this river in just a bit and see where it takes us. Right to the farm. Perfect. I love stuff like this. Okay, so now we've got an easy way to find back to the coast. We're going to clear this area just visually. Make sure this is the farm. Put too much work in. Yeah, this is definitely it. All right, so we're going to set this up. And we'll be able to see the little river to access it real easy. Wow, Black Forest right there. It's going to make life so easy. Oop, pay attention, Stumps. He's trying to do a back rub for no reason. You're busy chopping down a tree. I'm hoping this doesn't bring down any more trees. I'm not looking to clean up a lot of wood right now. And oh, thank gosh. Rezo. Getting tired swinging that axe. I can see Stumps. Hang in there. Hang in there. Alright, let's get this going, shall we? And I find even these little saplings and bushes, anything that creates a visual barrier between you and what you want to be able to find again, it's worth removing. This, and that's okay, let's get out here and get sorted. Where can we store you boys? I think I'm gonna do this lower area, so let's use this upper area for storing boar. How's that sound? Storing the boar. An interesting setup over there. All right, boys, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Didn't even notice. So now he goes into his wander state. He should rejoin the chase. Uh-oh, this one, of course, has no holes in the roof. And that's how you do that. They're none too happy about it, but that's okay. A couple more arrows, that's nice. Oh, we're carrying too much. Whoopsie. Let's go ahead and just make a simple pile. Okay, so we need to start deconstructing everything. Let's do it. Get a table put down. Keep a close eye on our hammer. It's got full health, so I think we're good. Always take down these fences. I don't know why. I'm not really trying to protect those bushes. Nothing attacks them. It's just a little extra wood. Real easy. There we go. Nice supply of raspberries. Not too bad. Five plants. Not bad at all. Boars are none too happy about being locked away, but they're going to be happy about having raspberries. An ample supply of raspberries. Clean that up. Every now and then there's a bed inside, stuff like that. Just collect wood. There goes all our rest. So let's go ahead. Let's get a quick campfire going somewhere. One more stone. Any stone anywhere will work. Searching all of Valheim for a stone. Oh, thanks, Val. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. There we go. Let's get that rest. Yeah, just having the campfire gives us a little bit more comfort. We are sheltered. Yeah, good. Instead of 8 minutes, we're getting 10. There we go. And get back to destroying stuff. So I think for this run, I would very much like to try building a house with a basement. I've not done that before. I think it'd be a lot of fun with this thing. Oh, nice. Always good to have too much wood. Too much wood for what we're doing. So maybe that'll be something new we try. To think about, do we want a stone floor? Do we want a wood floor? I'm thinking we do stone floor for the bottom level. And then we do a wood level above. So the roof of the main floor of it would be stone floor wood roof. I think that would look really nice. With a mix of materials. It's always nice. Can't believe we're so close to the Black Forest. That's some of the best advice I've ever received because it's so counterintuitive. You actually want to be closer to the next level biome because then you can kind of start infiltrating the edges, you know, checking the perimeter for weaknesses like a raptor. Oh, looks like we gotta put another stack down here. Okay, I think we can do a little leveling down here. That's what I'd like to do. Question is what level. Like this is a little bit lower than the rest. I'm hoping it'll rise up. We can just sort of start right about here and things will kind of even out pretty good. That's my guess. There's no right or wrong answer to it. You just get started, see how far it goes. There we go. And one good thing to note, sometimes it takes multiple clicks to actually get the ground to the same exact level as yours. So if you're just running and leveling, you're probably going slightly up or downhill, depending on the natural slope. It's not going to be truly level. You got to be willing to expend twice as much stamina as you think on the leveling process, but it's well worth doing. I do tend to do grids. Especially in a no map run, it's kind of nice because, you know, these perfect square kind of feels. I think it helps with north, south, east, west orientation if your whole building is north, south, east, west. So that's how you get these perfect grids. You just adhere to east to west. That's this line right here. You can literally see it in the dirt. There's a line. We just walk. That's the east-west line. So we'll just stick with that. Could work well for us. It's worked well for us in the past. Just say that. This looks like we'll get a pretty large starting area. Without too much trouble. I think that's the key. You know, you don't have to have a super flat area, but if you can find a spot where you're sort of midway between raised area and midway between lowered area, it all kind of evens out nicely. But you can see, like, there's a limit how far you can go with it. Let's see how far this will let us go. It's actually doing pretty impressive. And that's about lined up with that. I think that's reasonable. I'll actually lower it a bit more later, but for now we're just trying to get things going. How much further back? Should we try to do one or two more? Let's try it. I'm greedy. I like a big base. I don't know why. I think a big base is actually a lot more work. You can see it right now. We could have stopped. We wouldn't be doing this if we were willing to settle for a smaller base. When you like building, bigger's better. Bigger's better. Right, I don't know why I'm not destroying this building. It's not like we're using it for anything. So maybe what we do, it is starting to get dark. Let's go ahead and set up a simple camp here. We're going to do the micro base. And we might have enough wood for a perimeter. We'll see. When we get our axe, we can actually expand the base a little bit more this way. This part. Again, I'm clicking multiple times because it sometimes takes a while to get it as high as it's going to get. You see right there, it's a pretty deep spot. I don't want to have to fill it with stone. Pretty good. Let's get our thing built. Get this going. How much wood do we need? Stack could work. And I do like to face east. We wake up to the sun. This is the east-west line. That should be east. We're gonna just kind of go for the center, I guess. I'm gonna build a little bit this way because I think we can expand that way a lot easier. So this side, we're going to do this. Let's do one more this way. Change just my layout a bit. Okay, so let's get our bed made. Actually, put the workbench where it should be, and then we can repair this hammer before it breaks. That's it. I'm just trying to push it as far back as I can before it turns on. And then we put a roof on it, same as before. I've seen this technique. This is nothing new. We're going to extend it a little bit. We're going to put a little storage in here, and we're going to have a spot for forge on the end there. That's what that space is for. So we've got one workstation there. On this side, we're going to do the same as before. We're going to set up a bed, fire, a little more storage right here, and another fire. So if we get to a cauldron, we've got a place to put it. We can even extend it more for brewing. We'll kind of see what comes of things. So let's get this set up. Traditional, how's our wood looking? He has so much wood. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to do it right. I'm going to put up all the trim. Get a beautiful base going. Make a couple torches. Get it well lit. I'm going to be here a little while, and that's not placed properly. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. All right, let's do the posts. Not enough wood. All right. All right. Let's grab another stack. I'm gonna go ahead and place some campfires and torches around. We need stone, eh? All right. Let's just take this one for now. Put it right about here. Good. Get our bed put in. Let's just go to sleep. Now, sometimes it's too exposed. That's when you have to put in the top pieces. We'll do that in the light. We'll do that in the daylight. Nighty night, Stumps. All right, good morning, Stumps. Time to get at it. Time to get at it. Okay, we're looking pretty good on most of this stuff. Campfire should be enough light over there. I want to put a little more light around here. Let's go ahead and put in some torches. Just stick them right in front of the walls here, the posts. Actually, we're going to upgrade all the posts. Let's do that real quick. And they'll all be positioned the same. Finish off the top while I think about it. I know a lot of trim, it seems like a huge waste of wood, but I really think the aesthetics of it is worth it. You may feel different. Love to hear from you in the comments or the chat. That makes such a difference right there. Just adds a little something to the build. Yeah, you spend a little more time gathering wood, but it's a game. Don't you want to spend more time in the game? I know I do. That's what inspired me to try my first no map run. Let's see if any resin drop back here. Let's see if we get lucky. One more torch, please. Resin's pretty lightweight. You tend to pick it up. No luck. No, we'll make another torch. We don't even have a forge yet. Getting ahead of ourselves a bit. Okay, let's see. What do we want to make next? I think we need to do some crafting upgrades. Standing, let's slip this in here. Tend to just tuck it in the corner for now. That always works for me. It'd be nice to get this going, but we need a lot more of everything, so we're not going to worry about that. I think we have enough wood. We do. Let's go get this wood. Let's make a little bit of storage. Then we'll destroy that that building. It's not helping us, not doing anything for us. Like this. I find I need to use these 1 meters on the side just to give me that middle snap point. Like, you don't have to do it on both sides. I'm going to do it just for the symmetry. Otherwise, it'll bother my OCD mind. We're going to put some flooring in on the ground level. Has to be there, and we're going to put that there. Face that off. Put a couple beams in right here. Get it done. There we go. One there, we already got it on the ground, and finally the center part. And now we can just slip some of these chests in here. It looks so nice. Fine, zoom in. Just put it right at the edge. Center it as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to notice after a while. Just looks good enough, right? From a distance, looks outstanding. Now you can fill it however you like. I tend to do wood, stone, any kind of coal, stuff like that in the first box. Over here I do a lot of the crafting stuff like leather, feathers, bones, resin. I usually put food on the other side. Let's see, how much wood do we have? 21. Let's do food elsewhere. Let's see if we have any more wood coming in. No, we'll have to kind of clean things up a bit. Yeah, this is usually where we take care of the food. And I do want to get beehive put out. Put it right about there for now. Get our honey flow going again. Maybe we'll find some more bees somewhere. And yeah, now I think we need to destroy this. We can always expand the base if we want. I forgot to eat. I'm so sorry, Stumps. You're starving. I get so focused on the build. There we go. Now we've got some decent wood. Let's, well, we're gonna face off this side, I guess. We never did that part. I'm gonna do the 1 meters here. This is where we're gonna build some more storage. Oops. Pop them all off. Face off the front. I do want to get the cooking stations in before I forget. I'm gonna need them. We're gonna need them. It's always hard to figure out if I'm over the fire or not when you try to squeeze this many in. Real tricky. Oops, not too far there. One more? Can we do it? Does it work? Cook some of this. Can we cook on this one? Sweet. And this one? Sweet. Let's get rid of this boar meat. Cook up all that deer. Is that all the wood we have left? My goodness. Absolutely ridiculous. We're still pulling from boxes, so I'm not gonna... Actually, we should turn that off, just in case. I don't know what's in the boxes. Wait for our deer meat to finish. This is the good stuff. Alright, pull from containers again. And, oh, we still have food on us? That's what we did, we picked it up. Okay. And we burned through that wood quickly. That's a little surprising. Alright, we need to gather some more wood then. No two ways about it. We'll just take out all the logs and stumps, clean it up around here. Oh, that bird. Too far away. Too far away. So lucky. See what's going on with the water back here. So that connects around, I'm assuming. A little bit of black forest on the corner, a little bit back there. And it may come to an end back there. Connect. So we got to start thinking about Haldor. Anytime we see black forest, we really do want to explore it. But I want to make sure my base is solid before we end up killing a troll or something silly. Besides, we got plenty of black forest right there to explore. Right nearby, let's just keep clearing forest. I know there's a dude chasing me. Switch to the club. They do not like the club, that's for sure. Real quick, let's get this torch in. Up there, looks great. Then we can finish the rest of this off. So I find two sets of storage. On this side, I tend to keep like the valuables, the coins and rubies and stuff, as well as the food, maybe a couple of the trophies, just stuff you can't really use for crafting. I tend to just keep on this side. So what have we got? Let's finish this off. Make this look nice. Also like put a little text so it looks like a Viking lives here. And then frame up another, probably won't be able to put any chests in it. Floors. We'll make it anyways. Face this side off. Put in some beams. And post. We have enough for a chest? We do. Nice. First one in here. Actually, I'll do the bottom one for now. Again, everybody has their own system. I tend to put meats, vegetables, honey, flowers, other stuff up there. You do you. You do you. We're out of wood. I sometimes will repeat that X pattern on the opposite side. I just think it looks really nice. Plus it connects up nicely with this, you know, faced off section. Just looks really, really good. So at this point, I want to get those pigs out of there. Then we can take the wood for ourselves. That would be wise. So maybe we destroy this. Getting closer to the Black Forest, not always a wise move, but at some point we got to take the risk. We've got enough deer trophies to summon Eikthyr at this point. So we're going to need some resin. We're going to need a lot of resin. I don't think we've done a lot of chopping down trees for wood yet. Mostly been deconstructing stuff. Which is a great strategy. I learned it from watching some speedrunners. Some skeletons, we'll get some bones in a minute. It'll be nice. Maybe upgrade some things. Bones will usually upgrade your club, which is great. Do a little more damage. Last a little longer in the fight. Jeez. The whole world's coming after us, Stumps. Down this guy before the skeletons get here. He's running for the hills. He's running for the hills. Will he change his mind? Hi, buddy. Go. Oh, he's running for the hills. I don't get it. Time to get our block up. Nice. Well done, Stumps. Well done indeed, sir. A little more resin, that's good. Some of the fire arrows we need. There's another building we can deconstruct. We'll clear this tower. Take out some boar. Right, there's probably a dude up top. Let's go up there. Oh, I hear him. He's not happy. Do you think if they have like a sword and a shield on them, they would drop those things? I suppose that would kind of defeat the point. Oh, no chest. I thought we'd get lucky. Well, that was the edge of the forest right there. Okay. We have now explored the Black Forest. We survived our first outing. Odin be praised. Odin be praised. See what's up here real quick. A little more wood would be good. Might even find a beehive. That'd be sweet. Never have too many beehives. All right, let's deconstruct this bad boy. Go. Starting to think about base fencing. We're gonna need a lot of wood. And I wouldn't mind getting some fencing up. It's a dangerous neighborhood. I think that's it. I think we got it all. Surprised that didn't summon trouble. But we're going to get out of here before it does show up. And I saw one more up here we can take out. Oh no, we can't. It's stone. It's stone, but we'll attack it anyways. Get some resources. How's our food? I don't think we can. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. All right, get serious. Tagged him. Tagged him. Just gonna wear him down a bit. Shield out just in case. Oh, I got him. Alright, this is what the armor's for. Nice try, boys. There we go. Oh one more, one more. Can we get him from here? You got it, Stumps. Oh, so close. Ooh. Just reached out and tagged him. Nice job. Nice job indeed. I believe we're full. What can we drop? We don't need stone. We do need stone. We don't need that much. I want to know what's in the barrel. Flint and deer hides, huh? We do need stone. What can we drop? Drop a little bit of wood. Pick some of this stuff up. Take it with us. We'll come back for it. It's starting to get dark. I think we're doing pretty good with our little excursions. Kind of takes up a solid day. Get back while we're still rested. And we're going to take out this boar. It's what we do. Oh dear. Bummer. We'll waste one arrow. No, we won't. We won't waste a... Oh, good thing we didn't. In a lot of trouble. It would have been 2 arrows. Oh, darn. Right, I'm dropping the boar meat. Pick up more boar meat. But once we can build a little container for our boars, which we'll do off to the side here, almost like they want us to build right here. We can claim that whole house, which will be really nice. So we're going to set up a nice boar pen, a respectable boar pen. One the neighbors won't complain about. They'll see it, they'll be jealous. They'll be jealous. They'll wish they had a nice boar pen like us. Alright, let's get this in here. I like to offset it a little bit. Like, it's a little too close to the edge, so I just set it just a little bit, use shift. And I think it makes it a slightly wider opening and easier for the boar to fit in. So when you're trapping, sometimes it's like with 1 or 2, it can sometimes be hard to get them all to fit, so to speak. All right, let's see if we can move these guys. Now there's a mini wall behind this, so they're not going to get out just yet. Broke our hammer. Shouldn't get out just yet. We do any upgrades real quick? Club. Nice. We have all leather. We just can't upgrade it. Alright. Oh, for sure we'd be able to. So knowing how the buildings are built is kind of helpful. And I knew this one would have a small wall here on the side. Keep it in. Collect all this wood. And I just want to run them in there, so we're gonna just open this a little bit. Okay, so they're both on their roaming. They both tried to bite, and now they should come chase me right into here. With this armor, we can easily take a couple bites. But you can close the door by clicking the frame and then just jump on their back and jump out. Not particularly hard. I've done it 1,000 times, so it's easy for me. You might get kind of nervous the first time you do it, but it does work quite regularly. Try to check what was in that crate. See, anything good? Some gold! Very nice. Congratulations, Stumps. You're a rich man. You're a rich Viking. I'm gonna go find a quiet place in the countryside. Isn't that what we're already doing? Right, plenty of wood. Make a couple more boxes for stuff. And we can fill it all. And the nice thing about this kind of a system, you can just keep extending on the ends. the sort of modular shed-like, or you can just build a second set of sheds parallel, perpendicular to the first set. You know, like we could just build right off of here. No reason we can't do that. I think the butterfly roof is kind of an interesting, you know, it's not like you need gutters in Valheim, it just works. It's still empty. Okay, what can we put away? Nothing else, it seems. This is where I usually put gold, trophies, junk like that. Everything else is crafting, so it goes on the other side. Again, sort of wood, stone, that kind of stuff. Leather, bones, resin, dwarf eyes. And, can we build anything? Fire arrows. Do a couple of those. Right, now we're ready for a troll attack at least. Nighty night, Stumps. Alright, good morning, Stumps. My wife got me some Hershey Kisses. They're delicious. I try not to eat on stream, but I just need a little extra energy. And so does Stumps, apparently. Let's get some food in your belly, buddy. Okay, so we got a decent layout. I think we're good to take on Eikthyr if we want to. We got more than enough trophies. And those are actually kind of heavy, so we're gonna... Whoops. We're gonna go to this side and in our sort of trophy area, put them in here. We only need 2 to summon. So the extra, we're just gonna get rid of it. So our boar should be happy in there. I think we can go ahead and start taming. So what I'm gonna do is just throw some raspberries in there. I don't know if I'm even gonna be in the area much today. We'll probably build a wall around our base. Start looking at the time. But I think if we just take a huge stack of raspberries, that's what, 10? Oh, nice. And just toss them in here. So let's see what happens. There we go. Nobody got angry. Nice and calm. I really like that design as a trap. You can also build it if you switch the snap points to one of the middle. See how it embeds in the ground? I really like this. Once they're tame, I'll use this because you can easily jump over this fence. You can look at your boars, see what they're doing, check their stats, things like that. It's a really nice system, but when they're hostile and you don't want anything to see it, you just put them in there. That way they don't get upset all the time, try to break the walls. I think we left some wood out here. Let's go deal with that. Once we've kind of cleaned everything up, I think there was more over here too, yeah. A little bit of food. Hey, a volunteer. Always use a little more resin. Oops, so I gotta pick it up. And we just ran out of space out here. Kind of keeping an eye on the Black Forest, looking for carrots, things like that. Anything good we can pilfer from the edges. I'm not sure we ever went inside the building. Usually there's a chest in those. We can try that. Stumps and I are optimists. Clean all this up. And if we destroy this table, you should get pine wood. I hear a dude. Oh, 2-star maybe? This could be tough. 1 star. Still going to be a little tough. Found our first instance. What do you say, Stumps? Oh, mercy. Oh, mercy. Nice job. Nice job. So you can get that here. Oh, I thought you had it, Stumps. That was a nice shot. You. We were both chasing the deer. We saw each other. One of us must die. Alright. Let's grab these mushrooms. They're always hard to find. One guy, what he'll do is he'll take his hoe and just use the pathing tool and just make dirt. so it's real easy to see a patch of mushrooms like over there. When they're in the green, it's really hard to see, but if you just patch it up before you pick them, it's worth doing. For 1 or 2 mushrooms, I wouldn't bother, but if you find a cluster of like 5, 6, why not? There should be 1 more skeleton, right? Do we only do 2? Yep. So I think we should head in. Let's see what happens. We've got enough stone and wood. We can make a campfire inside. Let's do it. Let's knock this thing out. So we can make a pin. How do we do that? I think it's Control P? No, that's not it. E, Alt P, there we go. And we can call this burial chamber. So this is part of the mod that we're using. So this is part of BlindCartographer. So it allows us to put pins in the map, but at this point we can't see the map. We need a cartography table. But I do want to mark this as done, that kind of thing. So this is just an instance we're doing. And we'll have just a dot. That's the only marker it uses by default. And, oh, geez. It's painful. Take that. How about you? Nice job, Stumps. Oh, that's exactly what we're here for. Outstanding. All right, we have a rule for instances. Check left, go right. So we just check left, but we're going to go down the right side as much as possible. So if you're ever in a maze, like a corn maze, and you can't find your way out, take one of your hands, usually just take your right hand, put it against the wall, and don't take it off the wall. Keep walking. So if you walk into a dead end, just do a U-turn, keep your hand on the wall, and eventually you'll find your way out of the maze. The relatively foolproof system, assuming it's one continuous line. Not always the case. I'd find the door. Put this down quickly. Oh, surprise! Oh, geez. It was our surprise. You can carry an arrow, but it's really hard to get. Alright, more. Very nice. It's turning into quite an outing. We are on 1.5 resource rate. Makes life a little bit easier. Starting to get really rich. You got precious jewels, all kinds of stuff. Skeleton trophy. Does that mean we can make a stag breaker yet? Oh, I think we need core wood. Maybe we'll make a stag breaker. Do a heavy hammer heavy run. Is that what we should say? Yeah, check left, go right. Oh. It's a dead end, isn't it? Yep, of course. It's the longest dead end I've ever. Check left, go right. Check left, go right. There. Again, you just keep going until you get a dead end and circle back. Left, right. Saw something. Another dead end. Even bones are valuable right now. Kind of a fun phase of the game. Anything you see or pick up can be used. Alright, and that gets us back to the entrance. We'll do it again. Check left, go right. That didn't last long at all. Let's try one more time. Check left, go right. Nope. This way. Check left, right. Go very bad. Take 1 hit, 2 hits, 3. Okay, that's a lot of hits. Stumps. Okay, let's get back to the entrance before we get hurt. Man, let's get out of here. Run, Stumps, run. Phew. We're gonna take it easy out here for a moment. We have enough for another campfire? Of course not. That would be too much. Too much. I'll take a moment and look. It'll actually speed up our health regen. That's why I'm going to do it. There we go. And we don't even need a table to do it. So we'll just sit here. We can get sheltered. I don't want to go in, but we can get... Nope. Okay, back out. Exit. There we go. So now we're sheltered. We should see larger, yeah, see how our health is going up much faster, so it's only going to take like 3 ticks to get back to full. We need some more. Get that going. And this fire will technically burn forever because we're using the InfiniteTorches mod. So we're going to put it out. We're going to take it with us. Alright, let's get back to business. No more recklessness. No more reckless abandon. Wonder where they are. They just wander back to their origin. So, oh, we could shoot around the corner. You're in big trouble. Little gold. Cores. Very nice. Very, very nice. Give us a little more, just a little. Oh, bummer. So how many did we get? 10? That's not bad. That's actually a really good number, because then we have 1 kiln and 1... It's fake. I'm going to leave that fire here so we can use it anytime we want. But 1 kiln, 1 smelter. Means we can get bronze going pretty quickly at this point. It's really, really good. Gather all this stuff. Everything of value that we see. I'm going to grab a couple more stones. There's this one thing you don't think about collecting. And when you don't have a lot of inventory, it's worth grabbing a couple. I don't know if I've mentioned the crude bow cheat code. I use it all the time. If you get max range with maximum tension on your bow, all you have to do is aim for the middle of the health bar of whatever you're shooting. The arc of the bow will drop just enough that it'll hit the target. So if you aim for the health bar, it works incredibly accurately. 9 out of 10 times, I'd say. If it's a little higher ground, a little lower ground, you got to adjust a bit. But on even ground, max range, max tension, 90% accuracy. It's really nice. Whew. A good day's work, Stumps. I was not expecting all that. I'm going to get rid of these weird bits of ivy from the deconstruction. This is kind of strange sitting out here. As well as a square patch of dirt. I could always set up that fortress as a base. Nice to have stone. Slap a door on both sides. Actually worked pretty good. We have a little porch. Welcome the neighbors. Alright, what time is it? We got 8:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what I've got. Let's take down Eikthyr, get the trophy in, and maybe that'll be it for the stream. Be a great way to finish. We can put away a lot of our goods. Outstanding goods we've collected. Let's do the other side. We've got a lot of treasure this time. Be a lot easier to get rid of that. Some trophies. Treasure. I think that's it. Some food thing. This guy just walking through camp on a stroll. Unbelievable. The nerve of these guys. Alright, so this is all... Whoops, other side. This is all crafting. Food, of course. Missed those. How many of you are there? I think they call them nuisance mobs. And I tend to put like raspberries, mushrooms in their own chest. All right. And I think we can make another, yeah, let's make another campfire. In a bit. There we go. And we'll use that for the cauldron when we get to it. that in there. Any more upgrades we can do? Let's see. Really? Oh, we got to upgrade the color. All right, can we do that? Hey, look at that. Look at that. That's why we were killing all those boar. I like to put it right there, right on the end. Works real well. And so now we got a whole bunch of stuff. Do we want to do? Why can't we do these? Oh, not enough deer hide. That's a shame. All right. Let's do the club. Bow, of course. We use it too much. Hammer, hoe, that's easy. The upgrade, I don't think it does more damage, but I think it lasts longer is what it actually does. So if you're in combat, you can only fire, say, 50 arrows with a rank 1, but with rank 2, maybe 75 or 100 arrows. I don't know. You get the idea of the logic that's there. I kind of feel like incorporating this into our base right now. Can we even this out? That looks really, really low right there. Can we... No? Don't like to raise ground. I really don't. But one is enough. Enough. We'll keep this as the front edge for now. Go this way. Oh, dear. I need your skin. Where are you? Turn it off this way. Let's see. Find it? I don't see it, Stumps. Hear it. In front of us, man. Nice job. Nice job. Probably not enough for an upgrade, unfortunately. Let's put it away, see what happens, see if we get lucky. Upgrade? No. Of course not. One more. Just one more. That's all. Or do we want a cape? It's only one armor. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, even low level, I just don't think it's worth it. I'm going to pass. I want to use it for other stuff. We have everything else we need. All right, let's finish what we were doing. You saw me see the bird, right? Did a little double take. I was like, oh, I could. No. It's been there too long. There's no way we'll get it. Again, sometimes you got to click in one spot several times. You see how steep that is. You want to cut into it. You can do it, but it's going to take a lot of stamina. Basically the currency of terraforming. A little further. There we go. I wouldn't mind pushing this back a little bit, like to the part that's already cleared. But that's just not necessary. Could always build kind of a round part there. That could be kind of interesting. I don't know, we'll see. We'll do an oddly shaped base of some kind. Okay, let's put this stuff away. See about making some more arrows and go take on Eikthyr. Got enough trophies. Only have enough for one more batch of fire arrows, but that's good enough for me. Good enough for me. I think we can do it. Is it morning or evening? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can sleep. Now, unite, Stumps. Do it in the morning. All right, good morning, Stumps. Maybe what we should do is get a deerskin rug going. Gives us 1 or 2 more comfort. It's like an extra minute. So yeah, it takes us up to 12. That's good. Eat some food. So let's stay there to get our rest. Just a little more health each tick. Then we'll go pull the boss. I think I'm going to take more than one deer trophy. Let's see how many. Let's take 4. If we got time, we'll kill him twice. And that'll give us a nice extra trophy for later. Hang at our base as a Caution to other deer. Deer with an attitude. We're gonna keep killing them too. I want to upgrade my armor. There we go. Saw one. There's two. One down. Another one down. Didn't hear me slaughter his brother. I don't see any more deer. I thought we would. It always kind of felt like the closer you get to Eikthyr's trophy, the more likely there should be deer around. It would make sense, make it a lot easier for summoning if there were more opportunities for trophy drops. I'm going to double check. There we go. In case my theory is correct. There's going to be a lot of leather if we can down them. Careful, Stumps. Careful. Nice. Ooh, too high. Too high. Yeah, we're definitely going back. That's a couple upgrades. And if we're lucky, we'll get this guy on here. Regular boar. And a little more resin. And a little more leather. I'm getting strong with the axe, or the club. Good to see. I don't see the deer anywhere. Bummer. Really hope we find them. Still gonna keep looking. Never know where they're gonna settle. Alright, let's see what we get. Upgrades, that's what I like to see. 1. 2. Tray. Very good. Very good. Put everything away. Get back out there. And we're gonna get our rest back. Up to the top. That way we can survive 2 fights and hopefully run all the way back to spawn. And I think that's how we'll finish the stream. Eikthyr kills should be really fun. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this path so that every time I use it, I know exactly where I'm headed. Makes it easier to find. Here, another one right there. Same stumps through the trees. Through the trees. Nice. It's tight. Ooh! Unintended. That was a tight shot. Alright. That blue glow calls. It beckons. I wonder if that's where the deer ran off to. Looking to see if he reset over here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, looks like he did. Again, max distance, max tension, right at the center. 90% accuracy. It's incredible. A little harder with rocks and trees in front of you. You can always change your angle. Yeah, it works pretty good. All right, let's get to it. Let's get the good arrows out. We'll see how many we use on the first summons. Go from there. My strategy for this is simple. Keep the altar between us and the boss. That's it. These 4 stones, we're going to try to keep our butt to the stones so that when he uses his attack, his electrical attack, it pushes us into the stones as much as possible. So we'll hang out here. Did we hit him? That's amazing. butt. There you go. Call that the stinky arrow. Boom, right in the butt. See how we didn't really go anywhere because we were right up against the stone? It takes a little bit of practice. It's easy to remember because the stones are like perpendicular to the sides of the table. So if you just back straight up from any of the sides, you know you're going to hit a stone. It's a nice way to deal with this pushback and his attack. Come on, buddy. Let's see what you got. We're going to do this dance twice here. Get to the stone. There we go. But even if you get hit, not a big deal. That's why we upgraded our armor so much. It's the pushback that we want to avoid. That can be disastrous. Finish it out like a Viking. How many shots? Less than 30. I think we can do it again. It's going to use up most of our arrows. Hey, I'm game. How about you? How about you, Stumps? Let's do it. Barely enough time for the music to stop playing. Oh, right in the belly. Good shot. Right, here we go. So you can see how far it pushes. That's why having these stones behind it works really good. Goes to a stone. Boom. You can just stop shooting altogether and worry about your position. Shooting isn't a big deal. You can just run around this table. Notice I'm not even using stamina. But as soon as I start shooting, we just let our armor take the hit. Just run in a circle. Such an effective strategy. Well into the game for some reason. Go get her back to the stone. Nice. Well done. Up again. There we go. Same stone, in fact. And try to be patient. You want to get the full tension of your bow. Stand. You got the time. It's not that hard. And I'm mostly just running side. Like complex. You can always hit the stone again. That might do it. I was trying to save it for an axe kill, but didn't have it. Ooh. Oh, there we go. So now we've got 2 trophies. We can hang one up at the base. We need to get this back to spawn and get home before dark, so let's make that run. Let's make that run while we've got some stamina to us. Hey, you're out in the wrong territory right now. Eikthyr, there he is. Got it. Nice job, Stumps. I don't know how much we need deer leather right now. I think we've kind of done all the upgrades I intend to do. Unless we get a ton of bones, maybe we'll go to level 3. We don't see any trolls, which is not common. Not common in Valheim. Now, honestly, I think we're going to get the portals pretty soon, so... Was this where we saw the beehive? Let's see if we left a bee behind. Whoops! Jeez, that scared me. The bush came to life. I was not expecting that at all. For you. Whew. Scary. Sorry, Stumps. I just wanted the bee. I just wanted the queen bee. I know it was right here. Let's check inside. Leave it in here? Find something? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it despawned. That's sad. So sad, too bad. Alright, get your stamina up. Can we eat? Nice. And let's go. I find it's good. This is a good opportunity to use Q 'Cause you're just going to swim in a straight line. I don't have to press any keys. You just goes, you know, go run. That deer, on the other hand, hung out way too long. Now we've got a bow. We mean business. If they're slightly higher than you can aim slightly above the health bar. If they're lower elevation, a little bit below, it's not a lot. Just slightly below, just slightly above. Big difference. But yeah, I'm happy using the crude bow for most of the game, because once you kind of figure that out and you get it dialed in, you're just deadly accurate. Deadly accurate. Oh, another one. Here we go. We're cleaning up. Let's take this guy out first. I find it's good to kill the deer first when they're close together, because the noise of the boar startled the deer and off they run. Did we lose him? Where is he? Did we lose him? Slightly higher than us, right above. Oh. We were a little close on that one. I was a little nervous. Stumps knows what he's doing. I trust him. Get that bird. He's been there a while. Yep. Waste of an arrow. What are we looking at with arrows? Let's switch over to these. Save the fire arrows for the dangerous guys. The big boys, as it were. Here we go. Off. Now with these, try to hit the one in front first. One closest to you. Here we go. See if we can get them both. One. And two. Nice. Nice. Sometimes they just linger. Sometimes they bolt. Alright, I think I'm going to grab the other beehives while we're here. Waiting. Patiently waiting. Birds are much harder because they don't have a health bar. Nothing to aim at. You gotta actually have skills. You gotta get good, as they say. Alright. Finally have a Forsaken power. Anything worth stealing here. Let's take it all. I think we can carry that. And we carry all of this. And I'm gonna leave all that. Notice it's gonna burn forever. Get our honey back. Always gather your honey right before you move them, because when you destroy them, it doesn't drop any honey that was on them. And I think I'm going to take that with us. We're not staying here unless it's an emergency. Time to make our run. The only bad part is we're going to lose some of this while we're swimming. Racing back home. Took up most of the day fighting Eikthyr. But it's good to get the first boss down in the first day. Feels like a major achievement. It would be fun to go across the waters, would it not? And I just saw something. I need to scout it out a bit more. Do we have what we need? I can't pull out my hammer right now. I'll safely swim across. And you know what, Stumps? I think you've earned it. Last call. Let me get one just for you. There you go. A refined Viking. So these two islands, we could build a base between these two islands, which would be pretty sweet. I don't know how that would affect spawns, like for raids. The idea would be really far out on one island, then nothing can spawn. But if we took over both of those islands, I don't think anything could spawn out there, but we'd need a bridge to get out there. Could be a fun way to play the game. This guy. Know that we ever made a path to the farm. I know we have to follow a river. Is this the river? Find out. I don't think it is. I think that's the starfish formation. We'll try this real quick. Might be like one more river down. Dang, I'm scared here. Yeah, this river maybe? Here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is what we want. Home sweet home. Sorry, buddy. No trespassing. Not today. Not today. Let's get a little more wood on our way in. Put it all in storage. Call it a night. We can get this rain to stop. But how much wood do we actually have? Not that much. Not that much. I'm ashamed. I would very much like to build a wall. Maybe we'll do a little lumber work tomorrow. There, there. I tend to put seeds in here too for a while. Figure out what to do with them. That. All of that. Oh, we almost had it all. Almost had it. What else? Stone. I'm actually gonna put the stone down here. Once we start filling up with wood, it makes a difference. Repair everything real quick. How many more of these can we make? 5? Are you kidding me? Wow. All that wood. Boom. Alright. Now we mean business. Now we mean business. We'll go through the crappy arrows, get rid of them. Get more honey. Build some more beehives real quick. Again, they don't... Doesn't matter how close together they are when it's just other beehives. Get all that going. Notice we've got these inside enough that the rain's not putting them out, and they're not choking out on their own smoke. It's kind of a really delicate... Notice how close to the front edge we have to get. It's very delicate. But if you don't quite get it right the first time, just destroy it. Do it again. It only costs you a piece of wood. Alright, 99 stumps. Alright, good morning, Stumps. I think we put in a little effort on knocking down some trees today. We've changed it for the better. Stick a little bit of this honey away. We don't need to carry that much. That's good. That's good. And what the heck? Let's just try some of this. So another good trick is knocking down trees in the middle of the forest. Don't work from the edge in, work from the center outward, because you never know which way it's going to fall, and you want them to hit other trees as much as possible. If you can find two close together, get some double hits in, well worth doing. So whatever direction they go, that's usually the direction you end up going. Just go over here. Now you'll notice it's on this side, so chop from this side. Don't let it come right down on top of your head like an idiot. That's exactly what it would have done. And you see how it broke that one right for us? So a little less chopping, a little more bang for your buck. Now leave the big logs out, because when you drop more trees, if they fall on those logs, there's just more damage you don't have to do with an axe. And the idea is just save yourself a couple swings. I'm hoping these two will gonna go in opposite directions. That'd be nice. Oh, look at that. Almost. That one did some damage. Alright, let's clean up the stumps, get this wood chopped up. Might be enough for a fence. We'll see. Whew, look at all this. Look at all this. Whoops. Sounds like it hit our base. And we'll get a nice stake wall perimeter out of all this. Fair amount of work, but well worth doing. Not to mention all the sap and the seeds. When we finally get bronze and a cultivator, we can plant a little forest. Chop it all down, let it fall on top of itself. Fantastic. Fun to watch. Very efficient way to farm wood. And when you're still making your own charcoal, you haven't found a swamp yet, you haven't set up your surtling farm. Don't you dare get away from me. There we go. Stop what we have. We're going to get full in just a minute. There we go. As predicted. You can see why I got rid of the stone. We're going to fill that chest in a minute. So I was reading up on sort of the Zen of Valheim. And what I read was that meditation, you see the act of chopping up wood is very meditative, very repetitious task. So what it does is it gives the front of your mind something to focus on so the rest of your mind can relax. I don't know if that's a true statement. I'm not sure where I land on that one, but I do like the sentiment, the idea behind it. Just kind of fixating and let your mind wander can be, I think, a positive thing, good experience. I do a lot of swimming. I was a swimmer in high school, and it's my preferred mode of exercise just because I've done it so much, such a repetitious motion. And you do, as a swimmer, you kind of go into a space, a mental space, zen out a bit, and just kind of focus on the stroke and pattern of your breathing. Kind of fits that meditative state. I feel something similar when I do the chopping of wood. Sort of that rhythmic pattern. Very satisfying. I'm sure others experience something similar. Okay, let's put all this away and slap down a fence we can be proud of. Secure our base for now. Again, with crafty boxes, we can just throw everything into these chests. Not worry about it, it'll pull right from the chest. So we want this to be snapped to the same grid as the house, so we're gonna, or base, so to speak, so we're actually gonna snap right off of this to figure out where the edge is gonna be. I'm gonna leave a little extra space so we can expand more later if we want to. You can always move fencing, that's really easy. Just nice to keep everything on a grid. You never know when you're gonna want some very precise measurements. If you look at the tooltip below me, below Stumps there, it says stake wall 57. The 57 is from crafty boxes. It's telling you based on what you have in the boxes around you, within range, that's how much you can craft. And I'm gonna leave a little extra space all the way around. Have to right over here. It's going to be a little tight. Matter of fact, we should be able to make our pickaxes, right? Make some pickaxes. There we go. If we ever did. I always make two. I like to have two. Then you don't have to repair the first one. You just keep going. Just switch them up. Go. Now we can actually dig this out a bit. So I'm going to this down just a hair. Now if you're not sure if you've gone deep enough, go a little bit deeper. It's a little bit easier to raise ground than lower it, but once you lower it too far, you gotta use stone to raise it. It's kind of a pain in that regard. But if you are not sure, give it another extra whack. Get your hoe out. Go to work. Get your hoe out. Go to work. And there we go. Got a nice level area we can work with. Looks really nice. And again, I'm going to leave a little bit of a margin around the edge there. Just not worry about it. And I've been doing a new thing with my designs here. Let's see if that goes. That's good. And that is rounding the corners. So you remove the 2 posts in each wall and just do 1 rotation, 1 rotation, 1 rotation, and it closes the thing. Again, remove the last 2 on each of these walls. Line it up perfect. 1 rotation, 1 rotation. Oops. Okay, I got that. Just in case, snap it in. Feels a little bit off, but that worked. Again, last 2. And the last side. The nice thing is you'll notice you're taking out 4. You're only putting 3 back in. 1, 2, 3. So you actually save a little bit of wood. The rounded corners, what I like about it is I think it messes a bit with the pathing AI. So when Grey Dwarves or whatever come to attack you, they kind of search the perimeter looking for something, and I think corners give them what they're looking for, and they try to use the corner to sort of access your base, but we don't want that, so we're not going to let them do that. All right, so let's do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 2. Put in some gates. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got an easy in and out on both sides. Sometimes when it's really steep like that, I prefer to just go ahead and kind of just do a walkout, so to speak. Ramp it up a bit. And then from here, what you can do is just stand here, hold shift, and it'll kind of level it out. Just on that. Good enough. Makes a nice smooth little area. You can always clean it up later with your cultivator if you want. Sure, why not? Notice we're not centered. That's good, because eventually we're going to want to make films. We do 1 here and 1 over here. Can we do that? This will work. That. Ooh. Not enough stone. All right. Let me center this one a little bit better. It should be centered right on that post. Right. I'm trying to give myself maximum space. So one other mod that's been added, one feature that's been added, notice this says left shift plus E, add wood 25 wood from inventory and nearby containers. That's that crafty boxes I was talking about. So if I left shift and press E, 25 out of 25 added. Just 1 key press. Huge time saver. So nice. So nice. So quick and efficient. So that's it. I think we're doing pretty good. We have started charcoal. We've got all this stuff. Let's see if we got any more upgrades we can make. A couple more fire arrows. It's always good. Can't do that many. Let's just do what we can. There we go. And we're looking really solid. So I'm going to cook 2 more deer meat just to make sure. No, I'm not going to bother. Why bother? I think that's it for the stream today. So that's great progress on our first episode of the No Map, No Glory stream. We're adding some mods to it to spice up the experience, kind of deal with some of the quality of life issues, make it a little more interesting run. You have to let me know what you think in the comments below. That's it for me. Stumps out.